Hi guys, in this video we'll be talking about descriptive writing and what we need to know about descriptive writing. All right, so there are various things we need to know and we'll look like towards everything one by one. So what is description in the first place? Description is giving details about a person. For example, you yourself, your mother, your grandmother, your best friend, or someone who's very important to you. It's dependent upon you. A place, a restaurant, an amusement park, a place you went and you enjoyed a lot and you want to describe it. A thing which holds a lot of importance in your life, like a mobile phone, it can be a toy, anything which is very important to you, which is a thing in particular. That allows the reader to experience what you have. So such things which you're going to describe, and other people who are going to read it are going to experience what you actually have. In order to create a good description, you must appeal to the five senses. There are see, making the reader see what you see. Hear, making the reader hear. Obviously the words are not going to speak in the first place. You'll write in such a way that the readers will feel as if they were hearing the voices you heard when you witnessed or when you were there with that particular thing. Okay, touch, actually touch the things you touch. Smell the things you actually smelled and were able to feel, and taste them as well. So these five senses, it's not really compulsion or compulsory to put all the five senses together in one descriptive essay. It's like that you need to use them, and it's very good if you use all of them, but if you're only using two or three, it's fine even then. Let's proceed. Look, the first thing you have to do is observe your environment. Okay, where were you actually? The place, the people, which kind of people were there? Aggressive, kind, good looking, ugly, not average, wealthy, poor, the actions, how they were behaving, good conduct, misbehavior, everything. The object, even the smallest object, such even the smallest objects hold very, important in the particular situation. Remember, although you're writing, imagine that you're telling your friend about what you have experienced, like everything. For example, you went to this new gaming zone, all right, and you enjoyed a lot. And then you call up your friend and you start telling him or her about whatever happened to you in that particular gaming zone. So you're describing the gaming zone, you're describing the place. So similarly, you need to give all the details, even the shortest video game which was there, the mountain climbing, the ice skating, the bowling, whatever you did, even how you felt when you were standing, when pressure was there and you had to make a strike and your friends were doing it, you're not able to do it, and everything. Create word pictures. See, you already use adjectives. We all know what are adjectives, right? In your writing, but you want to be even more creative. Just writing simple adjectives like the place was very good, it's not going to make anyone feel anything. Good is a very common adjective. You need to use adjectives which are uncommon. You want to create pictures in their mind. Word pictures or imagery. You all know what imagery is, right? When you writing what actually makes us imagine that particular situation. For example, if we even use it in English literature, there it's used in various poems where the writer makes us feel that particular situation. So you need to use word pictures. You need to use imagery. Imagery does not include what you see. It also includes what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, touch, and even feel at times. So it's dependent upon the situation, but you need not to use boring adjectives like good, bad, and such like things. They're very boring. You need to include adjectives which are new, and even if they're old, you need to make use them in such a way as everyone in the environment feels what you felt in that particular situation. Okay, your reader must be able to close their eyes. Okay, you can even close their eyes at the moment, to to listen to the words you're speaking and create a mental image of what you're describing, where they can actually feel that that particular image in their mind. They can close their eyes, and even then they can actually witness that situation that actually happened with you. Imagination makes it happen, but your words can help. If you even if now you close your eyes and someone asks you to relax, imagine you're standing near a a beautiful sea, and there's a little sunshine, and everything around you is very happy. That can actually make you feel that way. We'll work on this more, but let's see. Okay, let's proceed. Yes. Some descriptive details to consider when describing an object. Now, if you're just going to tell that this object was too big or too small, it's not going to help. You need to tell its color, the shape of that particular thing, even size, and even texture. When you actually put your hand on a rock, how it feels, and actually when you put your hand on a jiggly jelly, how it feels. So things like that. I've added pictures, in an attempt to make you feel what I'm trying to tell you. Some descriptive details to consider when describing a person. Now, when you're talking about me, for example, you can tell that she's tall or whatever, but you need to refer to everything: the physical appearance, how the person looks like, facial expressions, how that. If you're talking about you yourself, you know what your facial expressions are and how you actually behave in various conditions, when you're sad, when you're happy, when you're annoyed, or whatever. Attire, people usually are very much dependent upon their attire, even gestures, body movements, however they behave. It's very much important in writing a descriptive essay. One second. Yeah, let's proceed. What you should consider when describing a place. Now, examine the location. It is a man-made world building. It's an object, all right. So you need to make it like an imaginary world, or even at times you can make it right in such a way that right you actually feels what you were feeling or what you saw. Show, not tell. That's the most important rule. You need to show and you're not supposed to tell. One of the most important things to remember when you're creating a description is to show. Show, not tell. What does this mean? Let's find out. Show, not tell scenario one. If you're writing about someone who is excited about going to a party, how would you describe this? A. She was excited when her parents gave her permission to go to the party. So here we are actually telling that she was excited. Now C. Situation B, where we are not telling. Her eyes widened with surprise and her lips parted as she screamed with delight when her parents said yes. Is the writer telling over here that she was excited? Yes, but it's not saying it directly. It's the writer is showing it but not telling it. So this is a very good thing to include while you're writing a descriptive essay. Show not tell scenario 2. You are in the midst of a thunderstorm. How would you describe this? The rain was falling heavily and everyone was afraid. See, here you are telling that everyone was afraid. However, if you look at situation B, the raindrops attacked the galvanized roof and the windows rattled. We huddled under the bed and held each other tightly. Obviously, when someone is scared and they're afraid, they hug each other tightly, or they, you know, go under the bed to to stop them making feel as if they're scared. Right here they're telling directly, here they're not telling directly. So showing and not is more important, and not telling is important. Which one is clearer? The description in the first example, label A, tells you what is happening but does not create pictures in your own. However, the description in labeled B actually makes you feel, and it creates an image in your mind and experience the situation fully. When I was reading this other one, the raindrops attacked the galvanized roof and the windows rattled. I actually felt how the raindrops were dripping over the. Oh, what happens at times? It happens as if you're, even if you're not able to imagine what happened, you start to think of things that happened to you related to this. For example, maybe you watched a movie where there was a very bad thunderstorm, or maybe one day you and your sister or your brother was scared and you actually hid under the bed when a rainstorm came up, or a situation when your parents actually gave you permission for something, or when you had to go to your grandmother's house or some place you never really go. It's dependent on that. Okay, so that's all. Thanks for watching.